Understanding your cancer is a major step in getting control over your cancer. My name is Dr. Richmond Taki Bergner and I am a cancer expert and the founder of Cancer2Life. Once a person is diagnosed with cancer, they and their loved ones start researching all that they can find concerning their specific cancer. They will soon be bombarded with all sorts of information and soon realize that half of the information they find is just quakery and pure garbage. They will also be hit with a bunch of statistics that can get them very depressed very quickly. I always tell my cancer clients that they have two options. 1 is to leave the research to the oncologist alone, or 2, take personal responsibility. Every other option is just plain painful and tedious. Something you and your family should not deal with when dealing with cancer. However, if you decide for point number 1 and rely on your oncologist alone, be assured that it is more likely that you do not win over your cancer. The oncologist is well trained in administering surgery, chemotherapy, radiotherapy and even some novel systemic forms of treatments. The oncologist will explain to you that if you are diagnosed at stage 1 to 3, it is still curative, whereas if diagnosed at stage 4, the cancer has become systemic and irreversible and thus palliative. Remember, your oncologist does not know everything about cancer. All he knows is what he learned in medical school and hospitals where he was trained. Only very few actually consider studying complementary and alternative therapy during their training. Even though 95% of the major risk factors of cancer are due to environment, which includes diets and lifestyle choices, and 5% genetic, the oncologist is not trained in understanding how the environmental factors contributed to your cancer. This is not their fault. Even though they want the best for you, you need to remember they cannot give you knowledge they don't have. So once the oncologist has exhausted their conventional treatment options, they will tell you there is nothing else they can do. They will tell you to put your affairs in order. Please, understand I am not being critical of oncologists, it's just the best that they can offer as they don't have the whole knowledge. You need to change the way you think about cancer. Cancer is not the enemy. Cancer is made of cancer cells that were normal cells that were forced to mutate, change or adapt to survive in a hostile environment, your body. It had to rely on feeding on anything in this hostile environment. This hostile environment is made up of toxins and pesticides from the food you eat, viral infections, bacterial infections, resentment, fear, anger, guilt, remorse, depression and so on. Hence, your tumor is a symptom of underlying causes of cancer, which you have been living with for a very long time. It takes about 8 years for a cancer to develop in a human and to be diagnosed. This is why I created Cancer2Life. To address the underlying causes of cancer. The very thing that put you in this position. We help clients to create the right conditions in their spirit, mind and body to allow them to take dominion over cancer. This is the most graceful and peaceful way of dealing with the root causes of cancer. Do you remember the two options we talked about earlier? If you gather courage and take the option number 2, take responsibility and ask for help, Cancer2Life will be right by your side for the whole journey. We will do an extensive research on your specific type of cancer, allowing you to have all the information you require. We will also be keeping all the statistics to a minimum. Remember, you are not a statistic but a child of God. Moreover, we will also help you to trace the root causes of the cancer. No one really knows the exact causes of cancer, but we can help you identify the major risk factors of cancer in your life. We will also work with you to avoid those risk factors and help you integrate cancer-fighting habits into your life. For example, even smoking cannot be called a cause of cancer, however, it is a major risk factor. We will help you identify major risk factors and deal with them. If this sounds like a great plan, then sign up for a free cancer coaching consultation at Cancer2Life.com.